Welcome to another edition of Shelf Life Book Reviews Online. This time out, I'm bringing to your attention two fiction titles, one by a fairly new up-and-coming author, and the second one by an author who's been around for a very long time. So the first book I would like to review this week is The Girls Are All So Nice Here by Laurie Elizabeth Flynn. This book is published by Simon & Schuster, and it retails for $24.99. Shelf Life is published here in London, Ontario, and coincidentally, this author is from London, Ontario, a former model. This young lady, this is her third book. She has written two former titles for the young adult market, Firsts and Last Girl Lied To. And now she goes into the adult fiction market with a most riveting tale. If you're looking for a definite page turner, this book is for you. The book revolves around a reunion at Wesleyan College, where some girls are going back to the college. The main character is Ambrosia Wellington, who in the book is referred to as Amb, A-M-B, and she has another friend, Sloane Sullivan, and Amb reluctantly is going back, but she knows she has to when she gets a message in the mail, an anonymous message that says, "You need to come. We need to talk about what we did that night." And it almost reminds you of I Know What You Did Last Summer. But this happened about a decade ago, and now it's time to pay the piper, so to speak. It's a sign that your past always catches up to you. There was another girl, Flora, who the two girls, Amb and Sully, sort of made her life miserable. And as a result, Flora was found dead of an apparent suicide. She had slit her wrists. But as we find out, the person who has the inside information, was it really suicide? And the book alternates back to the past in college and present day. So it's sort of back and forth, and the facts come out. And the characters in the book are very interesting. You feel sorry in a way for Amb and Sully, who were mean girls, but maybe they're getting their just rewards now. So the tension mounts, and you really don't know what will happen until the last part of the book, and so that's part of the intrigue, that you have to keep reading. So, like I say, if you are looking for a book that is very suspenseful, The Girls Are All So Nice Here is definitely better than a nice book. It is a great book, so it's a book you should look into for sure. The second book is The Summer House by James Patterson and Brendan DuBois. I think they've lost count of how many books James Patterson has actually written. And by the way, this book is published by Little Brown, and let me check the note here, and it retails for $35. James Patterson is a name synonymous with books and more books. He has co-written well over 150 books with, I think they've lost count of the authors that he's co-authored with as well. But suffice it to say, James Patterson is definitely an author who is the world's best-selling author. Well, because he's had so many books for one thing. I think he co-authors at least a dozen books per year. It must be close to that. But anyways, The Summer House is the most interesting book. Actually, The Summer House is a house that is fallen into disrepair, and it is now being rented out. It at one time, it was lived in by a very well-to-do family, and over the years it's sort of fallen into disrepair, and now it's being rented out by the month. 7 people are found murdered in the house, 6 adults and 1 2-year-old child. The murders seem totally senseless, but as people find out, It appears, for some reason, a group of Army Rangers known as the Night Ninjas were supposedly the killers. At least that is what eyewitnesses say. And one person in particular, Jeremiah Cook, I have to get my notes here. So, yes, Jeremiah Cook, who is a former vet and a New York City police officer. He investigates because he doubts this elite troop of Army Rangers would stoop so low as to kill 7 strangers. He knows it somehow has something to do with the tour of duty in Afghanistan. So while he checks out things here, he also eventually goes back to Afghanistan. So the book alternates between the present day murder scene and the past, and we see precisely what happened, what led to this, and the fact that the Night Ninjas that were accused of murder were not part of the murders. But we find a very complex story, a very complex reason why these 6 unrelated people plus a little child were murdered in the summer house. So true to form, all James Patterson books have very short chapters, which makes for very fast reading. There's always like over 110 chapters in each book. And but a James Patterson book is a surefire great read. I don't recall reading too many James Patterson and co-author books being second rate. He does not phone these books in. They are well thought out. The characters are great. So that is the second book this week, The Summer House. So I wanted to bring these 2 books to your attention. I hope when you go to your local bookstore, you will seriously consider adding them to your reading and your buying list. You cannot go wrong with them. So as always, thank you again for watching Shelf Life Book Reviews Online. Keep looking for us on our Facebook page and our YouTube page as well. So thanks again. Stay social distancing, stay safe, stay in touch, and we'll talk again real soon. Thank you very much. Bye for now.